And we're back.
You don't get to say that.
Why not?
Since when do you get to say that?
It's my garage.
Tell me a little bit more about that. We are back. Sitting to my left is Anthony, the engineer, the man behind the podcast, the brains of the podcast. Sitting to my right is the guy that sits to my right, Ricky. I'm Billy, and here we go with another edition of Hollow Points. Gentlemen,
Yes.
let us begin.
Okay. From where?
Conversationally. I mean, let's just talk and have a conversation.
I thought you wanted to go back to the beginning.
Let's talk about...
That's a lot of dead air Anthony has to edit.
I love the dead air. See, that's the thing. There's not enough silence.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've noticed that about podcasts these days. There's a lot of talking. Have you heard that?
I have.
Have you been hearing that on the podcast?
Yes, unfortunately.
It's just a lot of discussion, a lot of questions, and a lot of answers.
Yeah, I feel that a good 30 seconds between every sixth word or so is probably the right pace.
I feel like we should have at least 60 seconds of silence for every 10 minutes in a podcast. Is that a lot?
60 seconds for every 10 minutes?
Yeah. So just one out of those 10 minutes is just quiet.
Like we actually take a break? Like we stop and wait for 60 seconds?
I think it shouldn't be planned. It should just be silence.
Or are you talking cumulative?
I was just because of the Depeche Mode thing. They enjoy the silence.
Enjoy the silence.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
that's what got me thinking about just silence on podcasts.
So, Billy and I found out that we're going to be sitting right next to each other at Depeche Mode.
Isn't that great?
We did not buy tickets together.
No?
We didn't plan this.
No.
My girlfriend surprised me with tickets because I was bummed out I didn't get to go.
Right.
And Billy, being the big baller he is with this podcast, bought his whole neighborhood tickets to go see Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
And so I was like, he was like, you go sit in club level? Yes, I am. Yeah, section 208. How'd you know this? Row 2? No, I'm 3. Well, I'm 2, so I'm better.
Right.
Yeah?
So Billy, again, thinks he's outdone it.
Well, I guess I have, though, because I'm right in front of you.
And Erica didn't buy them from Billy?
No.
No, she bought them from the internet. Have you heard of that?
No. Tell me more about that.
Oh.
Dude, it's really weird. There's this device, and it connects the entire world
Okay.
in a box that you can put on your lap, or you can also press it to your ear and talk to your loved ones.
Nice.
I'm not making a lot of sense. Yeah, actually, I was thinking about that this week. Like, how would you explain the internet to somebody who's never seen it? Like an alien or a great-grandparent? Really? Seriously, like, how would you explain? What is the internet?
Series of tubes.
Uh-huh. That does what?
Connects people.
In what way?
Through a box.
Yeah, but what do we do with
lap?
that? How is this supposed to make us feel? How does it better mankind? How does it make us worse? What is the internet? Well, okay, I'll answer the question. I was reading this book by David Graeber this week, and he explained it that, like, when you really think about it, the internet is nothing all that special. And he was talking about how, when he was a kid, and I'm sure we can all relate to this, they were raised to believe that they'd have flying cars by now, right? Mm-hmm. And you'd have rocket packs and all kinds of great scientific advancements. And when you think about the internet, we think about the internet as if it is a great scientific advancement. But is it? Really, it's basically just a library and a post office and a mail order catalog. That's all it is. It's a way to find out information. It's a way to order things sent to your house. And it's a way to speak to people. That's about it. That's about all it can really do for you.
Right.
And that's kind of disappointing. Like, that's our biggest technological advancement in the last few decades. Well, and we can't fly with it.
No.
Yeah.
But
we can't have sex with it.
Yes, we can.
Not really.
Webcam.
Not really. No, but is that any different than what you did with magazines when you were a teenage boy?
I did see on the sex thing, I did see a documentary on HBO a year or so ago where they do have like these devices that, like, when you have like cyber sex, like the woman has a like a dildo and the guy has a like
respirator.
Yep.
It's kinky.
What the fuck do they call it? Like a fleshlight?
Those
Fleshlight? Like it's one of those.
Latex masturbation enhancers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And they somehow when connected
to the internet,
when connected to each other through the internet, the movements are
whatever pelvic thrust I'm doing here.
She feels it on that end
with the vibrator.
Yeah.
And it's all through I take a USB cord and plug into my pocket pussy. She plugs it into her dildo.
Yes, but does it work on animals?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Because for a long time it's been illegal to explore your sexual appetites with four-legged creatures, which I think is weird. Why? We can eat them, we can murder them, but we can't fuck them. Why? Sure, I understand that you can't have sex with children. They have personalities, and they're going to grow up to be human beings that might create things like pocket pussies and connections that allow us to feel thrusts through Ethernet cables. So don't fuck kids. That's what I'm trying to say. But the thing is, why not animals, right? We do everything else to them.
Yeah,
why can't we do that? And if we can't do that, why can't we create electronic devices that simulate what it's like to have sex with them? What?
I'm sure they fucking do.
Oh, I'm the bad guy.
I'm sure they have those electronic devices that simulate sex with animals.
I don't see them advertised.
I think those are the things you don't make commercials about.
Why? Seriously, why? Why not?
All right, so
I fucking know.
So not only are we racist on his jokes, but we're also fucking
bestiality advocates.
Yes, okay.
Well, yeah,
Right.
But nobody who knows us would be surprised if if we're going to be honest with ourselves here. So, have you guys picked a kid to advocate this week?
You.
What?
I'm going to advocate for you.
I'm a grown adult.
To some people.
I am on the census. Adult, male. Go on.
I've seen kids with more facial hair than you.
Go on.
And chest.
And how are you this does not sound like you're advocating for me. It sounds like you're putting me down.
No, I'm always picking you up.
Okay, make me sound
boosting
like
your ego.
Oh, God.
Stroking your ego.
This really turned out well. Anthony, how about you?
Newt from Aliens.
Oh, man, really? Tell me about that. Actually, I watched that this past week.
Have you?
Yeah, weird. Weird coincidence.
When you said that, when you gave us that homework assignment, it just instantly popped in my head. So
Newt!
That's what I'm going with.
Oh, they only come out at night, mostly, right?
Yeah.
Or they come out at mostly. Yeah. But what about her?
I don't know. I just figured I'd do the Buddhist thing. It's the first thing that came into my mind, and so I'm just rolling with it.
Oh, shit. I looked up hungry kids on the internet. Just hungry kids. I wanted to find one. Yeah. But I must have misspelled something. Because I got Hungarian kids. And I decided to advocate for one of them. Yeah.
What's his name?
Stanislaus.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Lives in Budapest. Little boy, about yay big, 7 years of age. He lives on a farm. They haven't generated any crops in the last 6 years. So basically, he hasn't known what farming is. He's basically been on a dirt farm his entire 7 years of existence.
All right.
I advocate for him because I want him to succeed. I want him to grow at least one vegetable. I want him to milk at least one cow before he dies.
This sign needs to leave the garage because Billy keeps getting drawn to it.
It was our assignment.
Was it?
Yes.
I didn't think you were honest.
Yes.
Wanting that?
I wanted us to have something to discuss this week.
Okay, I'm sorry I failed you guys.
No, you chose Billy.
You chose Newt, but nobody had any background, any meat. Why did you make these choices?
I told you why I made mine. I didn't know
Something about Buddhism.
I didn't know.
Where the hell did that come up?
I didn't know I was supposed to go any further than that.
Oh, man.
Told me to pick a kid. I picked a fucking kid.
You did, and I'm asking you questions, and you don't know anything about this kid. Where is she from? Where's
Space.
Newt from?
Space.
Where's the future?
Yes.
Fine. Okay. What was her favorite subject in school?
I have no fucking clue. It's been like 15 years since I've seen that movie. I do not know why she popped in my head, but she did.
Wow.
But I figure there has to be a reason for that.
Well, let me ask you this. You haven't seen her or thought of her in 15 years. Mm-hmm. What about Paul Reiser? When was the last time you thought about him?
Last week.
About a month ago, I'd say.
Really? Where were you when you thought about Paul Reiser?
In my car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
That's just,
Stud.
Well, that was actually, I was just thinking about.
Mad about you.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think about it too. The perfect sitcom in a lot of ways.
But that
in
wasn't
a
the
lot of ways.
That wasn't the beginning of the thought thread. That's just where it led.
When was the last time you thought of Paul Reiser?
This morning. Every day of my life I think about Paul Reiser. Think about how lucky that fucker is. Because he's not that funny. You know? He's a cute guy, I'll give him that. He's got a cute, smug little way of wallowing through the world. But he's not the funniest dude. It just kind of kills me. He just seems like the luckiest guy in the world, so to speak. Kind of like he has that Jimmy Fallon effect. Do you know what I mean? Where it's not so much that he's funny or even exceptionally good looking. Just good looking enough. Cute enough. Things just happen for them. You know? And I've heard interviews with both of those guys, and it always seems like they just were in the right place at the right time. They never really made it with talent. Hard work, sure, maybe, but not talent. No one can accuse those two boys of having talent.
I never have. So I thought we were going to start the podcast off with getting drunk.
Well, yeah, but we didn't. Well, but we can take our whiskey break now, if that's what you're alluding to, Ricky.
I am. I brought the ice.
So I brought the whiskey today. Today, we're drinking something called Bullite. Bullite.
I like Bull Light.
It rhymes with woolite.
Half the calories.
The stuff you...
Full bull.
Oh, is that what it is? The stuff you clean your clothes with.
Go get the ice. And the freezer.
Got some ice here.
All right.
Would you like another cube?
One more.
Another cube for Anthony. Ricky, a cube?
Cue me up.
Oh, I know.
Did you wash your hands?
I did.
I didn't see him.
Oh, I washed.
Then I don't want this ice.
Anthony.
I want dirty hands.
I am a compulsive hand washer, as you know.
Yes, I know.
Say when.
When?
When. Ricky.
I'm good.
Oh, that's not when.
All right, I'm going to keep going.
All right, let's try
Do we need to make it film again?
Bullite. Yeah, what do you do? What do you do with bourbon?
Same thing. That's what we had last time was bourbon.
That's true. Gunsmoker.
Yep.
Gunsmith. Gun smoking. Gun toter.
Gunner. I don't. Yeah.
Gun toter.
That was a gunfighter.
That doesn't sound right. For some reason, it doesn't sound right.
All right. Well, I got a greasy cup here.
I just took a sip. Here's the thing. Go ahead. Just take a sip. Let's not make.
Don't tell me how to enjoy my whiskey.
Okay, what'd you think?
I haven't tasted it yet.
I told you to take a taste.
I told you don't.
You told me not
don't
to.
rush me into
You
this.
told me not to tell you to take a taste, but I thought you did it anyway.
That's
Yeah.
good. It's smooth.
Here's the
Smoother
thing.
than that gunfighter.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I told you good boys about this before. A buddy of mine, good friend of mine, he works for the whiskey company. He works for Bear Creek Distillery, I think, local whiskey company.
Okay.
So he told me, I can't remember the name of this company, but he told me there's this company, right? And what they do is they basically bottle whiskey. And so many of these brands that we see, even a lot of ones that claim to be local brands, are all distilled by this same company. Mm-hmm. And they're just paid to smack labels on bottles. But it's
Right.
all the same shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about it.
Yeah, kind of like when, like that, how Jim Beam puts out that one, that Red Stag or whatever, that Kid Rock. It's Kid
What's
Rock's. It's Kid Rock's own
I didn't know
label
that.
of
Kid
fucking-
Rock has his own whiskey?
Yeah, and
Holy
but it's
shit.
it's all it is just Jim Beam slapping Kid Rock's label on it.
Or you're confusing it with Chris Rock. It's one or the other.
Him too.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he had his
Everyone's
own
got a podcast and everyone has their own whiskey.
Dude. Oh my god, we need to have our own whiskey. That's where this is leading up to.
I knew
That's
it.
what this was all about all along. We need to have our own whiskey.
All right.
Hollow Points brand bourbon.
I like it.
Yeah.
It kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. It may cause fetal alcohol syndrome on your first sip.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. My fetal can use some. Can afford to have some alcoholism.
Jesus. Oh, yours and mine both. Did you know Jim Beam makes Basil Hayden?
I don't even know what that is.
It's kind of an expensive bourbon.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like more of their higher end.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people, Jim Beam, they look down on it, right? It's what poor
Cheap,
people drink. Yeah. Well, winos or alkies, homeless people drink. And my brother, he hates Jim Beam. He hates that stuff. He just thinks it's cheap, disgusting crap. But he loves Basil Hayden's. And that's what he gives for gifts every year. That's what he expects as a gift every year. Christmas and birthday.
Where's my basil at?
Right.
And it turns out Jim Beam makes this shit, which I think is fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, from what I understand, certain car companies will do the same thing, like Toyota. I forget what the other...
Kia. They make Kia, right?
No, I was thinking more higher end. They make a more higher end... it's either Toyota
Rolls-Royce.
or...
Toyota
yes.
makes Rolls-Royce.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
But anyway, they make a more higher end, like luxury car, but they don't use their brand. They use whatever, that brand. And I don't know if they just acquired it and just fucking kept the brand, or if they always manufactured it and just branded it differently. Because Toyota's seen more as an economical car.
Oh. That's boring.
Yeah.
Right? It's a boring thing, an economical car.
Fuck yeah, it is.
I think we can do better.
I hate reliability too, which they're
God,
known
don't.
for.
Yeah, don't. Fuck. Reliability. I tell you what happened to my fucking Saub.
No.
This stupid fucking car, right? So I'm driving to the stupid girl's stupid softball game for stupidity.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but for stupid reasons.
No.
I did it for stupid reasons, though.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that? Yeah.
No, you didn't tell me the stupid reasons.
Yeah. Well, I don't know those reasons.
Okay.
Something just made me decide to coach these kids. But nah, they're great. But the thing is, I was driving to the game and I realized I forgot my bag. Stopped the car, drove back to the apartment to get my bag. Some of the water out of the cooler spilled. So I go into the apartment, grab the bag, come out, dry up the car. Car won't start. Oh, for fuck's sakes. So I take an Uber to the stupid game with my stupid bag and coach the stupid team. Come home. Luckily, the car starts. I'm able to repark because I took up like 3 parking spaces. I just was going to run in, grab the bag, but I have 3 parking spaces. All my neighbors have called me up.
How did that Saab fit in 3 parking spaces?
Just right across, horizontal.
Still, but even still,
Just
I couldn't
use your imagination.
I couldn't imagine that car filling 3 spaces. But
I also had a trailer. I mean, I was on tour. And some neighbors are calling me up. Why is your car in my parking space and our other neighbor's parking? Well, I just wanted to run in and it broke down. I was able to reposition it. Took it to the mechanic. Mechanic says, it's got to be the key. Your key went bad. How does a key go bad? Bananas go bad.
Yeah.
Apples go bad. Meat goes bad.
Right.
Children go bad. So you know what I mean? You go down the wrong path and they end up drug addicts and murderers and rapists.
Right.
How does a key go bad? It's this little metal stick-like thing. It's like 2 inches long. How does it go bad? But he told me it went bad. So he ordered all these parts to make the key go good again.
Counseling?
Doesn't work. No. He goes, I don't know what the hell happened. Then he says, did you spill any water in your car? Actually, as a matter of fact, I did spill some water. Well, there it is. Because apparently in fucking Saubs, the computer is located right below the driver's side.
Right.
Fried the fucking computer. Some spilled water destroyed my car.
How much water?
Like half of a cooler. It's a lot of water. Okay, yeah. All right.
Water.
It was a lot of water. But it wasn't a lot of water when you really think about it. Because I was able to scoop it all out pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't need a bucket. I got a couple of towels, and so it wasn't like the whole thing. It was a lot of water. Okay. But hey, no. But would you think that that's what fucked up your car?
No, I would.
Who would think that?
Yeah.
But weren't you telling me too, like, these cars would go bad if you hit a puddle?
Well, that's what they told me. Well, I wouldn't know this, but yeah, that's what they told me later, though. You could be driving through deep water, and it could do the same thing, just fry your fucking computer, because those idiots in Sweden decided to put that. That's a great place to put a computer, you know? Right where the driver sits. That's fucking moronic. So then when I go there with my dad. This is the worst fucking thing. This mechanic, he's a nice guy and he knows his shit. But I notice this every time I go there with my dad. He only talks to him.
Right.
You know, it like looks at him and tries. And my dad, every time we go there, he says it's his car. Talk to him. Talk to this guy. He's the guy that owns the fucking thing. Don't explain it to me. And he still talks to him the whole time.
It's funny. That's the same way when you go to the Autoport store. When I go with Sandy, and it's her car, they always talk to me, and it's just like I have to walk away. So what I'm saying is,
Anthony, I'm a man. I expect that with women. You should talk. When there's a man and a woman that goes in the car, you gotta talk to the man. The only one that knows what's going on, Anthony. We know that.
right?
What are you saying, man? What are you saying?
This combined,
Chicks don't know cars.
this combined with,
Sorry, but I know that's everybody knows that. Yeah, they always do that, and
No,
it
what
makes
I'm saying-
women angry.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is
So now I understand the female point of view.
the way that mechanic's talking to you,
Yeah.
combined with Ricky's seeing you as a child.
Oh God.
And what I walked into watching, seeing you guys
God.
watching earlier.
Oh shit.
What were we watching earlier?
David Bowie.
So what?
Well, that's so. You wanted me to say it for the podcast. I gave Anthony a preview, but like this, that actually really did make me think seriously. You know, like I work with these women, and they always talk about these country singers, and they're trying to turn me on to their heroes, the Luke Bryants, the Toby Keiths, the
Hooties?
the Hooties. Who's the other guy? Who's the guy that
Chesney, right?
Chesney. Yeah. And they show me their videos, and they show me them on talk shows, and they're just so enamored with these guys.
It's because they're pretty.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, I'm like, yeah, okay, they're attractive dudes, but then I realized that, like, these girls, these are their idols. They're rock and roll heroes. And my rock and roll heroes my entire life have been ultra girly people. You know what I mean? David Bowie and Prince and Marilyn Manson, and Mark Bolan, and, you know, they're just...
Mark Bolan?
T-Rex.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Just girly fucking dudes. And I mean, you think about like the music that we all grew up on, the whole 80s glam scene, they're just girly fucking dudes.
Yeah.
But to get a lot of ass.
They do, but that's not...
Girly ass.
It didn't make me think so much about their sexual conquests and successes as it made me think about my failings and why I look up to just so transparently homoerotic figures. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think
it's
you know
really
the answer.
weird. I don't know if I do. This just occurred to me, so I'm researching and I'm digging deep. But in all seriousness, joking aside, what do you think about that? I mean, because again, we grew up liking a lot of these same bands. What are those implications? Do you know what I mean?
Right, but I mean, those weren't the only artists you listened to. You listened to people that would be considered.
You listen to NWA.
Yeah. I'm talking about the guys that like you idolize, the guys that you just thought were the best.
Ozzy, I mean, he wasn't very.
Kind of girly too, in a lot of that stuff. Well, no, look at the early stuff. Look at, I mean, he when I fell into Ozzy, he was totally into the old '80s scene. When I got into Ozzy, so he was wearing makeup and the fingernail polish and all that stuff. If I'm being honest, that's the Ozzy that I got into. Not the Black Sabbath Ozzy, not the fat, flabby, old age Ozzy. It was the girly, gay Ozzy.
So what about all that fucking punk music and shit?
Yeah.
Makeup, fingernail polish, most of them.
Really?
Hair dye. Compared to these country dudes, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, these guys kind of like epitomize manhood, like the beard, the scraggly,
Scruff.
jeans. Yeah,
I don't
no sequence jackets, like no fluff, no flair. Just
You don't think so? Like,
I don't know.
those artists,
just what I see. In
those
these videos.
artists that you named, when I see like videos of them or them in commercials and shit, all I see is a fucking pretty boy with a fake Southern accent.
Really?
They're wearing like designer fucking jeans, and they're all fucking like, they just look like pretty boys. Like, I don't see them as being like any more manly than fucking Prince.
You're gonna sit here and you're gonna tell me Toby Keith is
A pretty boy?
no more manly than Prince?
Yeah. Of course, I think Prince was pretty manly, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He's got that smooth sex, like.
He rides a motorcycle.
That too.
But he was Jehovah's Witness. There's nothing manly about witnessing.
He had this smooth, like, sex, like,
He can get girls to take their clothes off really easily.
Yeah.
He could trick them. I've seen him trick them.
Well, I don't think it was much of a trick.
And you're looking at my naked body. You didn't think you would. You thought you'd see a short man with nice clothes, and here I am in all my short nudity. And you're looking. You didn't think you would, but you are.
Oh, I mean, I know. Yeah,
What was our little red Corvette thing we were talking about? Do you remember that? We had a good parody about Little Red Corvette.
we did. I can't remember it.
Oh, yes, because Billy Ray Cyrus. Remember the song?
Yes.
Achy Break Your Heart, right? What were the lyrics to Achy Break Your Heart?
Something like the chorus, I know, it was something to the effect of...
Look it up. I gotta look it up.
Don't break my heart.
Don't tell my heart my achy... Oh, don't break my heart my achy
No. It's
break
one of
your
the verses.
heart.
One of the verses.
I don't know.
This was amazing.
Some dead air that we'll cut out.
No,
Yes.
leave it in. Leave it in.
I'm not leaving dead air in the podcast.
Leave death in. But this is right. It feels natural. Okay, so there's this part.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I can't
it's loading.
Yeah.
You can't believe what? That we're looking up Billy Ray Cyrus songs?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
No, you know what? It's funny. Like, I prepared heavily for this episode. I had a lot of stuff, a lot of notes, and we're going to do something later that we'd prepared earlier that I think is great. But talking to Jason last night, it really made me think, like, he wants it to be organic.
Yeah,
like, real conversation.
I totally fucking agree.
Okay, this is it. Here's one verse. You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. You can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lip, he never really liked me anyway. Right?
Yeah, okay.
So imagine you're Cliff. Right? You're this guy, whose sister dated Billy Ray Cyrus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you go to your country western bar at night. You worked all day in the oil rigs, and you're all dirty and stuff like that. And you go to your favorite bar, you're sitting there, hoping maybe you'll find a lovely lady who'll let you take her home with you. But if not, that's okay too. Either way, you're just Cliff. You're enjoying yourself. You feel this tap on your shoulder. You turn around and go, this guy is just glaring at you, right? And he goes, you Cliff, ain't you? Yeah, I'm Cliff. I'm Cliff. You that dude that hit Billy Ray. You the dude that fucked up Billy Ray's face. I don't fucking like it, Cliff. I ain't gonna lie. You done unpretty Billy Ray. We ought to take this outside. And you're Cliff and you're thinking like, for God's sakes, I have to be immortalized in this song by that fucking hillbilly for the rest of my life. I'm linked up with this fucking asshole. I didn't want to have anything to do with him. My sister dated this piece of shit. I wasn't jealous. He just threw that... Why couldn't I just been in a Prince song? You know what I mean? That's what I always wanted. I love Prince. I don't even like this country western shit. I live in this part of the U.S., but that's not what I feel. Why couldn't I be like Cliff in a red Corvette? Cliff in a red Corvette. Me and Cliff go to town. Pick up a few girls. We really go to town. And Cliff in a red Corvette. He's just thinking this as he's getting the shit kicked out of him in the parking lot of this fucking bar, right? Because Billy Ray fucked up this dude's life. Right. Cliff didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Is Cliff even fighting back in that scenario, or is he just taking all the punches? And
no, in my mind, it's like Cliff just got drawn into this. He didn't want to have anything to do with it. You know, like you could tell your brother, Cliff, like it's like, I didn't care. You were fucking my sister for a while. You broke her heart. That's life. Hey, we're adults. People make decisions. She's an adult. You're an adult. I'm an adult. And yet you got to drag me into some fucking song of yours that becomes a fucking hit.
Right.
And now these dudes are beating me up because they love you. You're the one who done unprettied up Billy Ray's face.
But how many dudes like that song? Or is that just one of those pop songs that all
I don't know. You'll have to tell. I was a little kid. You're a little older than me. What was it like? Oh, that's another story.
With Billy.
What did you say?
Oh, God.
We used to square dance to that song.
Oh, yeah.
I have a real personal problem with that song because of our childhood.
Because of school?
They forced us to square dance.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's always... in our gym class...
Well, so... If I might.
Go ahead.
If we haven't done it on the podcast. So square dancing is coming up. We're in the 3rd grade. Square dancing is the thing we got to do in gym. They tell you months before.
Oh, yeah.
And they tell you got to pick a female partner, right? Guys got to ask the girls to be their dance partner.
Right. Really? Because they just paired us up.
Nope. We had to ask.
We had to ask. That encouraged us to ask.
In 3rd grade?
In 3rd grade.
So, the one that I chose... I don't think she'll mind me using her name here. Why not? Her name was Pang Lee Her. She's a Chinese girl. Didn't speak any English. Mathematical wizard, as you can imagine. The stereotypes are true. But I asked her. I said, will you be my square dance partner? And she's like, shrugged her shoulder. Nodded. Didn't say anything. When we got into the gymnasium for first day of square dancing, square dancing teacher says... all right, boys, if you've asked your partner to square dance, partner up. We get with... Well, actually, nobody moved. Nobody moved. That was the thing. Nobody was moving. Everyone's like, come on. Your partners don't have cooties. Pang Lee Her said the first 2 words in English I've ever heard her say. Those 2 words were, mine does. At that point, I asked to change partners. And see, the thing is boys outnumber. This is a true story. I swear to God, all this is true. Boys outnumber girls. So then, at that point, the gym teacher says, "All right, everybody, just line up on the wall," and we all did. And she just grabs first girl, first boy, and just starts pairing us all off. And us dinks, like me and Ricky, we stayed at the very end of the line, just trying to put this off. I don't want a partner. I don't want to do this. Just put it off till the very end. And then all of a sudden we realize there's only boys left. And we think well, okay, we're out of this.
Nope.
Here's how it works, gentlemen. Draw a straw. The one that draws the shortest straw gets to wear a pink jersey and gets to be the girl of the group. Guess who were consistently the girls of the group? So during square dancing, when they say, all the boys to the center of the square, the boys go in. All the girls to the center, you go in and you're with other girls. How fucked up is that? That totally ruined us, right? Yeah. Were you a girl?
Maybe
no, I was always your partner.
No, not always. Because so I was always the girl. I was trying to drag Ricky in. I was always the girl. And it was me and Ricky. It was me and AJ Davis. It was me and
Rigoberto.
I didn't have to dance. I wouldn't dance with Rigoberto. No. He was a Latin guy. He was really skilled. I was too embarrassed. But
I think you found out the answer to why it is you always idolized effeminate rockstars.
Oh my God. Oh shit! You might have something there.
It's all because of gym class.
I'm just gonna get Billy a pink jersey to wear.
All the girls to the center of the square. just march out there, put my hand, and the girls, of course, are all happy and dancing.
She's like a zombie. Just
oh God! Strike me dead. This is not what I was put on this earth to do. 3rd grade. Who imposes that on a child?
Cruel,
isn't that sick? Seriously, isn't that sick?
Yeah.
Well, what was your...
No shit, it was North Star?
Yeah.
I went to North Star.
You did?
Yeah.
How do we never put that together?
I don't know. But I know it was back when I was living in those apartments that Sandy and I would later move into.
Los Caballeros.
Yes.
The one...
The boxes.
Yeah.
On 92nd and Huron.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, the boxes, yeah.
Yeah, I attended 2nd grade at North Star.
Just 2nd grade?
Yeah.
Who was your teacher?
I don't fucking remember.
Come on. I remember all my teachers. Kindergarten through now.
I moved around so much when I was younger, I didn't start remembering my teachers until I got to...
what did she look like?
I don't even fucking remember. All I remember is they didn't have classrooms. They just had fucking, it was like an open classroom setting where you had these partitions that were
Cubicles?
Yeah, they were like fucking cubicles.
We didn't have those.
We went to a different North Star. They advanced and decided, you know what, the cubicle thing isn't working. We should actually have classrooms. Where's school?
I'm older than you guys. They probably fucking...
But not by that much.
Well, no, but I went there right after they started fucking opening that school. So it could have been like a redesign thing. Because they had those big fucking letters.
Yeah. The letters. Yeah.
There was, I don't remember if it was the library or if it was like some sort of an auditorium, but it was like the step down, like theater pit.
The pit. They called it the pit.
Yeah. That's the school I was attending when the fucking Challenger blew up, dude.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's the school where we met RoboCop.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously,
Nice.
Peter Weller came dressed as RoboCop. No fucking shit during the Say No to Drugs campaign. And we all, and the weird thing was, he shows up, right? It's in the pit. Mm-hmm. It's the entire first grade. So it's, like 1989, like H.W. Bush's continuing Reagan's Say No to Drugs. And he does this presentation about drugs. And the thing about crack is whack. Don't do crack. That kind of thing. Right. And then they open it.
Did you start doing the robot dance after he made that line?
No. He did. He was in character, just like the movie. And then they open it to questions, which is a mistake with a bunch of first graders, right? Because there's only one question everybody asked, and everybody asked the same question.
Are you the real robot?
Are you the real RoboCop? Yes, I am. But are you the real RoboCop? I am. The same one from the movie? Yes. I saw the movie RoboCop. You don't look like him. Are you really him? Yes, I am. And he was so...
So how do you know it was really Peter Weller?
It was in the newspaper.
Oh.
Yeah. So we
all know the newspaper doesn't lie.
No, but that was the thing. Like, we had no idea at the time. Yeah. And the costume looked stupid, looked like plastic. It just didn't look right. So none of us thought it was real. Right. But then we looked in the newspaper the next day and said, like, Peter Weller is on tour doing this robot. He came to North Star Elementary.
Nice.
Yeah. Peter fucking Weller. You weren't there, were you?
No, I didn't come until 91.
So you missed RoboCop.
I missed RoboCop.
Oh, man.
I think I got lice that year.
Lice?
Yes.
That was the presentation?
That was mine.
I was hoping to see the actor who played Ed 209.
Yes, personally.
I thought that was the presentation at school.
God, you know what's crazy?
I got to see Lice on Broadway. Went on right.
Lice on Broadway. Oh man, that would be a great show, wouldn't it? Digging through the hair, looking at the knits. Knits are eggs that will grow into lice. A big lice. Wow.
Are you the real lice?
I am the real lice. I was the lice on Broadway. Yeah, they didn't use me in the movie version. They wanted someone prettier, so they went with Bradley Cooper to be the lice.
The Hollywood.
But I'm the Broadway lice. Yeah. All right, big deal. Oh man! So, what were your square dancing experiences?
I just remember it was in gym class, and the same thing.
Do you remember who your gym teacher was?
Mrs. Lowther.
That was at North Star?
No. This was at Centennial. I didn't start doing square dancing until... Because I only went to second grade at North Star, and then after that we moved up to Broomfield, and that's when I started going to Centennial. And from then on, I was, I wasn't moving around anymore, so I was able to actually make friends and stuff. And I remember being in fourth grade or so. Mm-hmm. My partner was this Leah girl, and I remember that she had a wart on her hand, and it really kind of freaked me out.
Because you're a hand fetishist.
Yes.
It happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your hands are big for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. They'll go. Well, no. You confessed that before. There's no secret. You're really in the hands.
Those are secrets we're supposed to keep between us.
No, you said it. You said it out loud. It's on your Facebook profile. You always put. You put up a lot of pictures with hands. It's no secret, man. Sorry, but so she had a wart on her hand.
Yeah, she had a wart on her hand, and it kind of freaked me out. But then I quickly forgot about it because I was embarrassed to be fucking dancing and squares.
The whole thing is embarrassing.
Staring at you and shit. But I do remember because we had all those practice like it wasn't just like a one day thing. It was like all this.
Oh yeah, it was
like, practicing thing, and then like people like
a segment or something.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
parents
you did.
came.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Well, we were spared of that embarrassment.
No,
You had a parents show.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like during school hours, so like my parents didn't show. Like,
But the idea was to have parents come in to watch this fiasco.
yeah.
Holy shit!
And I remember
I was lucky that my school understood shame. I mean, they shamed the fuck out of me, but they knew that there was a line. Don't. We will make him a girl, but we're not bringing his parents into this. Your school was ultra fucked up.
Oh fuck yeah!
We want them to witness this. We turned your boy into a girl. All the girls to the center of the square. What happened to my son?
There's Billy with his pink jersey.
They're not so worried about the pink jersey and you being a girl as much as they are just seeing you dance.
No, it was the girl. They love. Oh my! Come on. Hey, you know what? They love to see me dance. My parents love to see me dance. They hated to see me prance. That's the thing that really pissed them off. Stop prancing! I got work in the morning. If you're gonna do anything, just dance alone in your room, you weirdo. So they would bring the parents. Your parents would never come.
No, yeah, my parents weren't coming and stuff, and so I just remember it being this huge, like, stressor. I would stress out about it for the whole fucking week and shit. But then I do remember that like somebody had taken a picture of us. I don't know if it was like for
Paparazzi?
school, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I heard about that.
I remember like I was all the picture that sticks out in my head. It was us.
What a scoop!
Us promenading and stuff.
Tony and Leah, the work girl, dancing. The flashbulbs. That's what's going on in your mind right now. This guy in the fedora. Oh my god!
The press card in his hat.
Look at him dance. It's that creepy kid with the hand fetish and the wart girl. Yeah, different school. Yeah, different than North Star.
So did your picture end up in the newspaper?
I don't know. I don't remember where it went. I remember seeing the picture. Whoever took it, I remember seeing it. And I'm wearing my dad's cowboy hat and a jean jacket.
Holy shit. Oh
We
my
need to
god.
find this picture and it's going on the Facebook.
No, what we need to do is recreate the picture with the same jean jacket, cowboy hat, and bring Leah. We gotta find Leah.
She was wearing one of those like plaid print dresses.
Oh my god. Totally countrified.
Yeah.
Calling all warts. The Craigslist ad.
So it's funny because like in middle school we had this kid who was kind of he was a douchebag and would always talk shit. I mean, he wasn't like a jock or anything or like a bully, but he was just one of those like preppy snobby kids who'd always make fun of everyone.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes, close. Phil Yoakum. You remember him?
Yeah, I haven't thought about him in a long time, but yes.
So he was kind of a douche, and somehow or another, James had come across.
He was the drummer, right?
No, that was McTaggart.
Phil McTaggart, yeah. Phil
Yoakum was a little prissy kind of
Yeah,
nerdy
okay,
kid
yeah,
who
yeah,
thought he was
okay.
better than everyone.
Sorry, yeah, I do remember.
But somehow or another, James had come across a newspaper article of Phil Yoakum and his sister doing ballet together. And there's a picture of them just like
that's
doing ballet.
priceless.
And James took it to school and showed everybody. Whenever
You know me, I'm a news hound. I like to know what's going on in the world. You know, there's something happening in Bosnia. O.J. Simpson is on trial for murder. Phil Yoakum is a ballet dancer. He's a faggot. Look at it. There's right? Is that
Pretty much what James did.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it does sound about right.
Go ahead and put a cube in here.
I didn't wash my hands.
It's alright, I like
I
my dirty
pissed on
fingers. Me too.
You know who else pissed on their hands before putting ice in their glass? David Bowie.
Yeah.
And you think he's a queen.
No, I
You
like
think
David
it's gay for me to like David Bowie.
and
No.
Lou Reed singing together?
I like David Bowie.
Do you like Lou Reed?
From what I've heard from him, I haven't heard a lot.
Do you like
But-
them together?
Well, Ricky
I
does now.
don't know. I know that that's what you were watching when I walked in, and I panicked and went to the bathroom and pretended like I had to pee.
That's
All right.
what happened.
So, Anthony, are you ready for this?
Thanks, sir.
Are you ready for this brilliant idea?
Yes. Hit me.
All right. So, I think we should have a segment called the Hollywood Pitch. This is where we pitch a movie idea, right?
Okay.
You could just trade off and pitch a movie idea. So it's my idea. I'll go first. I want you guys to pretend you're movie executives, right? You're the heads of the studio. I'm coming to you, hat in hand. You know, I have an idea for a movie. I want your honest feedback there. Give me your honest feedback if this will really work.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. Now, we all know that we're in a crisis when it comes to film. They're not making the movies that they used to. Movies aren't making as much money as they used to. So let's think about 1990, a little movie called Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin, right? I think the movie cost about $18 million. Movie grossed almost $400 million. Huge, huge success. It was actually the biggest grossing comedy for decades, all the way up until Hangover 2, which was the first movie to surpass it in box office.
Really? Hangover 2?
Hangover 2, which made like $400 million.
That's sad.
It is. So Home Alone spawned 4 sequels, 5 of them. 5 Home Alone movies in total. The last 2 were
Really?
made for TV.
I knew 2.
The last 2 were made for TV. I think we need to go back to the roots. We need to have Home Alone 6. Home Alone 6. Kevin McAllister, 36 years of age, inherited the same house from his family, who died horribly somehow. I mean, that part's not important. What matters is that we reunite him with Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, fresh out of Joliet, right out of prison. And they come, imagine this. They knock on the door. Hiya, pal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they got a score to settle. So here's the thing. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be, funny. But it's gonna be so dark. so dark. Because that sells these days, right? Like, people, you know what? Like, we want, real dark stuff. So they take him into the basement, right into that house, and they teach him what they learned in prison, right, in Joliet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
And they use all the tricks that he used on them in the first 2 films, right?
Okay.
So just picture this. 2 burglars fucking this guy up the ass while they take a blowtorch to his head. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
It's simple. It's very, 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 very simple, right? Yeah. And you imagine, they have tape all over their hands, and then, they're raping him and they're burning him, and he's like, "Oh my God, why do you have tape on your hands?" And he goes, "Well, we're the sticky rapists." It's my thing, right? That's what we're doing, Harry. We're the sticky rapists. Well, Mark, for God's sakes, all we said we were just going to get revenge and fuck this kid while we were... No, now everybody's going to know it was us because we're known as the Sticky Bandits. You son of a bitch. You're blowing our cover. What? And then, she's being raped. You know what I mean? And I feel like we can also incorporate the film, right? Rat Bait? Is that what it's called? What was the name of the movie?
Keep the change.
Rat Bait, yeah.
So, Angels of Filthy Souls.
Fair enough. Well, so the police show up, right? And they're like, police, what's going on? Well, we have some noise complaints in the area. Oh, hold on a second. And he pushes play on the old VCR. What are you guys doing here? Well, we heard some complaints in the neighborhood. Yeah? Well, I'm not raping anyone if that's what you think. Oh, no, sir. We didn't think that. We just came because there was a noise complaint. Well, do you hear any loud music? No. Do you hear any broads just screaming, passing out in the lawn? No. We just had some noise complaints. We heard about some guys screaming rape. Well, no one's being raped here. You son of a bitch. All right, I'm sorry, sir. Jeez, we're just doing our job. Well, get the hell off of my porch, you filthy animal. All right. And the cops just like walk away. And they're just sitting there in the basement, hoping this works. Just praying. I think they're gone. We can go back to raping Kevin McAllister.
If there's one dude that needed to be raped, it was Kevin McAllister.
Well, I'm glad you as the studio executives, I'm glad because, come on, guys, this will make us millions. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Remember the Christmas music? And I forgot to tell you. So remember the old man in Home Alone, right?
The neighbor, yeah.
So he has a son who's like mentally deranged, right? Because it turns out that guy really was fucked up. Because remember in the movie, he thought he was fucked up, but he wasn't. Then it turned out to be normal. He just thought he was fucked up because he was old and creepy looking.
They thought he was what, the snow.
They just thought he
Slayer.
Yeah, he thought he was a killer.
Yeah. Turns out he was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and he's a son who's mentally retarded, who he also kept in the basement, right? But the sticky rapist, they find out about it. And they let the son out. And the son has got the biggest cock in the world, right? Yeah. Seriously. I'm pitching the idea. Do you want to hear the rest of it or not? He's got an 18-inch cock.
Tell me a little more about that.
There it is.
So the sticky bandits, rapists, invite him down into the basement, and they videotape him raping the hell out of Kevin McAllister. Right?
Okay.
And they put a spider on his face, blowtorch his head. There's tar everywhere.
They make a cardboard cutout of Michael Jordan. Watch from the window.
No. Michael Jordan makes a cameo appearance. Yeah. Michael Jordan actually makes a cameo appearance. Nice. Yeah, he's the pizza guy. Remember the first movie? There's a pizza guy.
Yeah.
So this one, Michael Jordan shows up as the pizza guy. You know, he rings the doorbell, but they already used the movie gag on the cops. There's no answer. So he's like, well, I'm a pizza guy. I got a duty. So I got to deliver the pie. And so he goes around the back. And then there's, like a cellar. He's like, well, again, I got to do my duty. I'm a pizza guy. I took an oath. And he goes down the stairs. And then he witnesses this heinous crime in action, right? With all this tar and spiders and broken glass and broken ornaments. And you know what I mean?
Why am I picturing Pulp Fiction right now?
Well, I mean, clearly that's where he got the idea, was from Home Alone. Okay. But I'm taking it to its logical conclusion, right? Was Michael Jordan in Pulp Fiction? No.
It's just The Walking Down.
So anyway, you've got number 23, Chicago Bulls, probably the greatest basketball player of all time, holding a pizza, watching Macaulay Culkin get raped by Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, the sticky rapist. And then he gets the titular line, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I ain't home alone."
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys are the executives. You guys are you're the ones who are making the magic. I just come up with the ideas.
Give me a script by Tuesday.
Let's go. That's a go.
It's a go.
Greenlit.
Hollywood pitch. First one is a go.
All right.
Which I think is good. We should actually decide if they work or not.
Yeah.
I'd pay to watch that.
Oh my God, I would pay to watch that. I would pay to make it. I want to see. Well, speaking of, today I was sitting outside and I was actually writing this all out. And my neighbor comes up and says, "What are you working on?" I was like, "I'm doing the podcast today. I have this idea for Home Alone where Kevin gets raped." He goes, "Oh, that's interesting. Did you see that Macaulay Culkin actually did a follow-up to Home Alone?" "No." He goes, "Yeah, he did this skit where he kind of puts an end to the Kevin McAllister character." I had no idea. So I watched it. We sat there together, watched it on YouTube. It's fucking awful. Mm-hmm. Macaulay Culkin is a shitty actor. I mean, an absolute shitty actor. If he put this out, dude, you've got to see it.
Billy.
at conclusion of podcast, we will watch this thing. It's awful. Awful.
Right.
You know how I feel about Mac.
My idea was so much funnier than what he did.
Oh, okay.
So much funnier.
I'm sure.
Well, because, I mean,
Did it involve his character getting raped?
No, because here's the thing. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're a child actor, you know, and you grow up and you've got a lot of baggage. I guess the last thing you would think when you're home alone, is I should do a skit with my character from when I was a child where I get raped by two burglars. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't think he would have that foresight. But what he did was so fucking lame.
What did he do?
So
Did the character die?
no. Okay.
How did he put it into it?
I'll explain to you. So he is an Uber driver and picks up some guy. Confesses to the guy that he doesn't know how to drive. He doesn't have a driver's license. So then the guy offers to drive the car. He says, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, you know, then you drive." And he sits in the backseat of the car and has an unlit cigarette in his hand the whole time, as if he's smoking. But he never lights the fucking thing, which is weird. Mm-hmm. But then he starts talking about his life, like, "Yeah, you know what? You think you got it hard. I was left home alone when I was 8 years old. My parents didn't give a shit. You know, they left me home. They forgot all about me. And I had to chase off these two home invaders and blah, 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 blah. And my mom, you know." And, well, the guy's like, "Well, didn't your own mother care about you?" "Nah, my mom was a groupie for a polka band, apparently. I don't remember the whole story, but that's exactly what happened." And then this guy tries to carjack them. And then he takes this wire hanger and heats it up in the cigarette lighter and then burns the guy and then ties him up and then takes him to a warehouse and then tortures him. Uh-huh. Yeah. And that's it. And it ends with him naked, covered in this guy's blood. And that's where Kevin McAllister's story ends.
Nah.
For some reason, like...
I like the idea of him being anally raped, to be honest. Yeah. I think that's the logical conclusion of that character.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, if there's anybody who needs to be raped, it's Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
For some reason, like when you're telling that, I'm wanting to say that I saw a stand-up performer go along those same lines, talking about how a kid like that would need like some kind of fucking therapy, and about just like how it fucked up his life. It sounded very familiar to something I heard before, like a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could just be imagining it, but it sounded like I've heard somebody explore that idea 10, 15 years ago.
Well,
I like the idea of someone exploring Kevin's anal passages.
Cavities, you like that?
Yeah. No, I like the idea of someone exploring his anus more than his psychosis. Call me crazy, but yeah, you know what? It's not as interesting. Therapy is not as interesting as just
rape.
Anally raping.
Probably the sticky bandits.
Macaulay Culkin.
Sticky rapists. Sorry.
The sticky But Harry, we're the sticky rapists. God, Marv, you screw them now. Everybody's going to know that we're just going around raping children. If you're going to be the sticky rapist. If you're going to have tape all over yourself, you nut.
I can see this pitch being reenacted with us Billy narrating on
the Macaulay Culkin thing. Yeah. I thought about that too.
And I could see some people playing those parts. Billy being the bald-faced kid playing.
Ooh, no,
the Kevin McAllister.
No, it would be even better.
You and I both are rugged. We could look like you're shorter, so you'd have to be Joe Pesci.
Yeah, but I lost all that weight.
I don't know. Honestly,
not that much.
I don't think that. Guys.
Bill, you're getting ready. Shut up.
Boys. I don't think that will work because neither of you look like Joe Pesci or Daniel Stern. You both look like Dom DeLuise at certain stages of his life. But what I would say, what if Todd LeSale had to defend these guys after the fact?
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that's a story.
You're just trying to get out of rape.
No, I'm not.
You just don't want to be like...
No, honestly, I really did. No, I did think... I thought the exact same thing, that we should do this visually, but I thought, it's not going to work, because it has to be like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
You got to see it. Like with Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, and you either have to have lookalikes or just don't do it. I thought about it, but it doesn't work.
But we're older now.
But what if Todd LaSalle defended them? You know what I mean? Because remember, he's the sex defender. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're familiar with my clients. They're known as the Wet Bandits. From there, they became the Sticky Bandits. And they did their time. And now you're accusing them of rape. Well, we gotta tell you, it doesn't add up. Most bandits don't rape children. Come to think of it, some children need to be raped. Stay with me on this. I know some really unruly children. You see where this is going? This is evil, but it's some children need to be raped. They do, but I mean they do. But they do. What do you think about? What do you think about? You try spanking them, which is kinky as hell. Have you ever tried fucking? Oh man. Oh God. No one should have allowed me to say that. Why didn't you guys stop me? No one should say these things.
Give you enough rope, dude.
Oh, fuck. Nobody should say this out loud. This is crazy.
Yeah, that concludes our pitch for tonight.
Yeah, and that's the movie pitch.
Okay, I got this.
Tonight I'm going to let Ricky end this podcast.
Thank you and good night.
Faggot.